Hi, I'm Sheryl, and I'm an artist here at Easyside. This is my exhibition, The After Party. We can talk in my studio. Yeah. I've got the costumes in there. There's like milk all over it. It's like dried milk. This is what makes them fancy. The bow ties.
Why were they fancy?
There's so much information that we don't know about these ants. But, you know, as more time passes and the research comes out, I will keep you posted. But.
Are all of these ants female?
It's unclear as well, I'm telling you. We know they're fancy, we know they have 6 teats. And we know they don't know how to play chess. I'm trying to decide if some of the ant characters are gonna have these fingernails. So I don't know, maybe someone can chime in and let me know what they think. Well, I make sculptures, among other things, and this exhibition is about 2 ants who are human-sized and stumble upon the aftermath of a picnic, and then curiosity and absurdity ensues. You know, there's bread throwing, milk drinking, audience engagement. Well, I knew that it would be a great space for the piece to be interactive with the audience. I like the size of the SPUD gallery because it's not too intimidating and it's a great space for just experimenting. So I think it all worked out really well. Yeah, milk and bread have been themes throughout my work since grad school. You know, I think a lot of it came from just research and my interest with food and how it relates to the body. And so those threads have kind of come through, although I was really thinking about it in a more outputting the artwork in a more serious way, or I don't know, it feeling different, and now I'm just having fun and like inventing the fancy 6-teated ant whose origin is unknown. I think that just happened. I think I just can't, I'm not ready to let Agatha go.
Agatha?
Yeah, Saint Agatha. She had her breast violently removed from her body when she would not succumb to a Roman governor's advances. So she's often depicted holding a platter of her breasts, and that was sort of the catalyst. Doing research about her was sort of the catalyst for my thesis exhibition, with the like boob cakes and the pastries that Sicilian pastry chefs make to honor her, but it just keeps coming back. So Like the main thing is just, you know, now having the freedom to kind of explore all the things that I wanted to during grad school that I didn't have time to do. You know, you're so focused on one thing, or I was so focused on one thing, that now it's fun to be playful and just experiment and be really weird, which I think maybe, you know, they were trying to push us to do that in grad school, but like, you don't really listen. But yeah, I don't know, it's been great to just have a space to do that, really. To have a studio to work in and to have a community to get feedback from. I think that's one of the things that is so special about Easyside, is that, you know, we have that built-in community where, like, post-grad school, I think that's the thing that, like, I missed and craved the most. So. Opportunities here have been like participating in exhibitions, participating in and being able to help do workshops, and just community events in general. I think it's been a great way to connect with people in the neighborhood and to connect with other artists and people who are interested in art in Fort Worth. I joined the Society for Photographic Education when I was an undergrad, and that was my introduction into like how powerful community can be. So I stayed a member there. I mean, I'm still, well, actually my membership might have expired, but you know, those are lifelong friendships and with other artists and educators. And then right after undergrad, I joined 500X Gallery, which is another artist-run space in DFW. And so I learned there a lot about DIY and being scrappy and, you know, making things work with a big group of artists. I was a member at the Cedars Union their very first year. And actually, I've been with Easyside since the beginning. Then I, you know, started grad school, and that's where I met the founders of Easyside, and, you know, another set of lifelong friends, and now I'm here. So I've kind of, I think, throughout all the phases of my arts career have somehow been involved or been surrounded by a community of artists. Challenges of being in an artist-run space are that, you know, we don't have a lot of money, so we're doing things kind of DIY, and, you know, things break and it takes a while to fix them, or, you know, just problem solving. But I'm just so grateful for the space in general. It all comes down to money, you know? Well, like funding and space and opportunities. With time, it's a lot of balancing studio practice with teaching, whether it's adjuncting or doing programs with museums or other organizations in DFW. Every week kind of just looks different, juggling different jobs and just picking up whatever like comes up. I do like the flexibility of the, you know, just like the nature of being a working artist in that way, where I don't really have like a stable job, but then it is stressful because you're not sure if, like, how you're gonna fund your next project or things like that, or if you're just experimenting and, you know, materials can be expensive, which is why this show is all cardboard. Yeah. I would say a kiln because there isn't one here. Well, and it can be challenging transporting, you know, greenware before it's been fired. It's very delicate. So transporting it from the studio to a kiln can be dangerous for the work. So it would be super convenient to have a kiln here.
Are pickle jars the ideal storage medium?
I feel like they must be, or we just consume a lot of pickles at home. Although these pickles, I think they listen to the complaints because their lids used to really suck and get pickle juice everywhere. And now it is a screw top, which is nice.
What's the bedding for?
The bedding is for making paper pulp. This ladder has some paper pulp on it and some hair. And also the stump in the gallery. More artist-run spaces, I think, and more spaces to show sculpture and installation and video and performance. Yeah. Sorry, this is so painful.
I'll leave that in for sure.
Okay.